Hey guys, we just received news about what's to come for the 3rd anniversary. There may be more, but we're not sure at this point. So let's take a quick look at it. So this was revealed in Dev Dylan's developers notes. It's been 3 years, yes, and we are all really excited for the update because of Theo's awakening. There's battery, what else? A guild raid, and a lot of freebies. I'm sure there'll definitely be a jumping event. I'll maybe create a summary at the end of the page. But however, this is something that has been implemented in Korean 7 Nights, which is actually they call it potential skills system. However, over here they have decided to combine this with limit. We call it our limit break system. Okay, so at the current, let me jump right back into limit break. Okay, so let me take cult for example. So our current limit break system goes by these nodes. So each time you want to increase the stat of your hero, you use souls or you use rubies, souls and gold or rubies to activate the node. Okay, and there are 2 pages for now. So one of the nodes is for speed attack and the rest goes into attack stat, defense and HP. So these are all basic stats for a hero, right? They only serve to allow your hero to do more damage and to receive less damage. However, in this anniversary update, they said that the limit break UI will change. So I think we'll definitely be getting something like this. Oh, yeah. Okay. How do I go back? Okay. We will be getting something like this. Basically, it's now split into a basic trait and special trait. So for the basic trait is all that we previously have already in our current limit break system. And for the special trait, however, we have something called increase, like you see, as you can see, for example, increase damage dealt to universal type heroes by 1%. So these are really specific things that help you to customize your hero to maybe become more effective in some ways. Okay, so maybe PvE heroes you will definitely want to increase their critical damage or lethal damage. Yeah. Okay, so also if we look from this picture, I need to stop clicking. Okay, so you can see that now the limit break trait is now on a level system. It's no longer on a node system. So the currency used will increase by the amount of level that you want to increase. So it depends on how much you have. So it's no longer fixed stats that are fixed costs that I mean, it's still fixed cost per level, but I think it is more flexible for everyone. Yeah, so it creates greater diversity in the hero, right? In between players. So they said that whatever we have will be adjusted accordingly to the new limit break. So I'm not sure, and I cannot recommend if you should do your limit breaking like in these few days, because we never know what the cost will be. If they decide to raise the cost for limit break on Thursday, then of course it is better to do it. But they also said that the souls required to level up limit break will be reduced up to 50%. Again, we don't know whether this reduction will actually benefit, because there seems to be so many levels that you need to go up, you know. Maybe there's 30 levels, so maybe in adding everything up, maybe it may take a lot as well. So we never know, and I'm not sure if I should recommend it, but maybe if you have the spare gold or spare rubies, I mean, save your rubies, but if you really do want to use the rubies to limit break some of your heroes, you can go ahead. Okay, so the amber and green souls will be removed, and we are gonna get they'll be converted. Okay, so special traits. Yeah, they will increase your crit hit, your count. Debuff resist. Okay, debuff resist is really important. What else? Attack and defense by hero types. Not sure what that means, because I would love to show you what Korea server has, but again, I don't think we'll be getting those. Yeah, but I could do a check and we could take a look. Okay, so we need to use Finas to unlock this special slot. So you need 3 Finas. Okay, 3 Finas per hero. I'm not sure how many Finas you have, but stop using them. I've used quite a bit in the past week just to get Topaz up. Okay, and they were introducing 2 new currencies, Soul Essence and Rare Soul Essence, which is that flask thing. Okay, I believe the normal essence is gotten from the normal hero, and the rare soul essence is gotten from the special hero. And I also would believe that 6-star heroes when sold will give you more souls, and also 6-star heroes sold will give you 1 million gold. So that is a very good thing, because I believe that when the new update comes, there's going to be a lot of gold drought. Okay, so forgot to mention that they said here you can, where is it? I'm sorry. Okay, they said here that you can select the trait to activate. If you look at this line, the last line, you can select a trait to activate, which means you don't have to, when you first activate the slot, unlock the slot, you can choose the trait you want and not just subject to RNG, which is really good. Ultimately, if you decide to change the trait, there's a cost, Topaz cost attached to that, and it will revert back to level 1. However, do not worry that whatever you have used previously to level up that specific trait will be refunded back to you. So you can just take a look, and look, it says increase accuracy rate. So these are some things that they did not write up there, but you can see from these images. So this is your return count. Okay, next up we have guild raid. Guild raid is not a competitive mode. It will just be a mode for guild members to go in and fight the boss, get the rewards. Okay, and they're introducing something called Revolutionary Jewels, which I believe, and they have said, is for PvE usage. Jewels with PvE enhanced substats. Okay, the details I will not go through. Okay, so they would like to promote communication in your guild. They would like to make your guild more active, and you'll get guild raid points, which you can then exchange and buy PvE jewels. So there's a new boss, raid boss, Isabella and Gelidas. Okay, so then they tease 2 other things, which is probably Teo's pet, this little crow, and there's something else. Not sure what that something else is. Okay, so let me just try to find what potential skills we have from Korea server. Okay, so this is what I have found from K Gaming's. I'm not sure if it's his site, but yeah. So we found this. It says increase lethal chance, increase counter, increase crit, increase block, increase lethal damage, increase critical damage. So these are things that you can find in your jewels already. It's actually jewel substats, but they're giving us additional, which means if you have the resources, you can definitely push your PvE score even more, and this also creates even greater differentiation in the players. Yeah. Next we have debuff resistance. I think these are all specific resistances towards various CCs. Definitely not what we think it would be. Maybe one debuff resist rate, so this will be tricky, and I can foresee in PvE that maybe as the world boss change, you need to change the skill of your spinners or snipper into you need to keep doing this to keep up with the resistances. This could be really useful for Ares especially, and also for Rachel. Basically all your world boss units, support units. Okay, then we have this, which is basically what they said earlier, attack and defense against depending on your hero type. So how would this go? I mean, for a tank team, if you're gonna use a tank team, you will definitely spend your soul essences on the bottom part, which is receive less damage from offensive, receive less damage from magical units, right? And then for the top, hero do more damage to against. Wait. Yeah, I would think that this is doing more damage on the various types. So maybe for PvP teams, and since now there's a lot of fire elements going on, people may decide to inflict more damage on offensive heroes, magic heroes, depending. Yeah, and I could see things like Death CC increase resistance being something to be used, perhaps. There is no increased CC done, but there is increased resistances, and I'm sure we have an evasion rate as we have seen. Yeah. So basically, I think these are skills that are more catered, that are just really brought over from your jewels and accessories, and are trying to make them ingrained into the hero using another type of currency rather than take up your equipment slot when you can better equip your hero with something else, perhaps. And maybe with all these resistances, you may even reduce the need, right, for debuff resist rate jewels, which are really almost impossible to come by unless there's an event or you're that lucky every month where you do a synthesis. So I think in one way this will even allow players who actually have just been storing up their Finas and special heroes to actually have a chance to really push forward in maybe their PvE score, because right now if you don't have a debuff resist jewel, you are basically very likely and very open to being CC'd by the boss. which will potentially make it very tough for you in World Boss, right? Yeah, so these are easy, I mean not easy, these are good skills for PvE oriented players. Yeah, and I believe for PvP oriented players will definitely be looking at those ones on top, like lethal chance especially, and maybe definitely the bottom ones here. Yeah, so that is all I have for this video. I will put a summary of this all right here for you to take a look what is to come. So right now what you have to do is definitely save your Finas and save your special heroes for the big day, which is gonna drop in 3 days time. Sadly there is no UI update that is teased. Yeah, maybe it is a bit too much if they revamp the whole UI for this. I'm not too sure, but I hope the 3rd anniversary will be really something. It will change the game. It will change the meta because Awakened Teal is coming out. So what you need to do is also to save your rubies and fusions, because there's a new special hero battery coming out as well. So lots of things you need to save. Just do not do much in these few days left. Just keep farming and try to sustain your farming and participate in your guild stuff and also your world boss. And if you need more Finas, maybe you can try to transcend the Bidam and Soy if you haven't. I just transcended my Soy because I needed the Fina. Yeah. So that's all I have for this video. And in light of the 3rd anniversary, I'll be coming up with a whole series of guides for returning and new players. And I hope you guys will look forward to it. Thank you. See you.